Hey everyone, you're watching We Had That, and in this video I'm going to talk about the 1981 Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back Lobot action figure. As a kid, I absolutely loved Star Wars figures. When new figures started to arrive for The Empire Strikes Back, I was extremely excited. And the first wave of figures for this new movie included several that would go on to be favorites of mine for years to come. But even the second wave of figures included some really good ones too. Bespin Han Solo, for example, became my main Han Solo figure for the rest of the time I played with Star Wars figures. I liked the Rebel Commander pretty well. After all, he was a snow guy, and I liked the snow guys quite a bit. The AT-AT driver was definitely a favorite of mine. I've always loved all the Stormtrooper variations, and this one was one of my favorites. But not all of the figures from this wave were quite as awesome in my eyes. Lobot, for example, was kind of a filler character. Don't get me wrong, I still played with Lobot, just not as much as several of the others, like Bespin Han Solo, for example. Apparently, Kenner thought enough of the Lobot figure to include him in a Cloud City-themed commercial along with Lando Calrissian, Han Solo, and Ugnaught. Actually, he was even included in the Sears exclusive Cloud City playset along with Han Solo, Dengar, and Ugnaught. There was a Sears 9-pack that included Lobot, and in Canada, he was included as a figure in a 7-figure set, which also included Han Solo and Luke Skywalker from the first movie. Plus, he was included in a variety of other catalog and store sets that just came in basic white boxes. Despite all of this, Lobot was still a character I didn't really understand very well as a kid. I mean, I knew he hung out with Lando Calrissian, I knew he was part of the crew on Cloud City, I even knew that he was around when they froze Han Solo in carbonite. But honestly, I had no idea what he actually did. And the photo that Kenner used on his package neither explained the character to me, nor made him seem any cooler to me. As an adult who reads way too much about Star Wars online, I now know that he was a human who was given cybernetic implants in order to run battlefield calculations for the Empire. He apparently quit his job, or maybe he was fired, and started working with Lando, who at the time was still a smuggler. For a while, Lobot was able to avoid having the implants take over his mind through extreme concentration. During one of their attempted crimes, which happened to be aboard the Emperor's yacht, Lobot was seriously injured by one of the Emperor's Imperial Guards, and the ship was set to self-destruct. In order for Lando and Lobot to escape, Lobot had to let the implants take over his mind so that he could access the escape pods and flee the ship. That pretty much killed his consciousness, essentially giving him a Lobot-omy. And apparently, that's why Lobot doesn't talk in The Empire Strikes Back. But as a kid, I didn't know any of that. I just knew this guy wore a gray jumpsuit over a puffy yellowish shirt and always had on a set of space headphones. He looked like he should have been on the Buck Rogers TV show to me. My action figure of Lobot talked, unlike the character in the movie. He was pretty much just a regular guy in most of my adventures. If my Star Wars figures were hanging out in the cantina, Lobot was just some random patron. If my Star Wars figures were saving a group of space colonists from the Empire, Lobot was just a colonist. He did come with an accessory, the same Bespin blaster that came with Lando Calrissian and the Bespin Han Solo. Unlike a few of the other figures, he could actually hold his pretty well, so he was often carrying it around. I don't know that he used his blaster all that much, or that I used him in my stories all that much, but he definitely made a good extra. Although he wasn't one of my main Star Wars figures, I do think he was higher up on my list than a lot of the other random guys. He certainly saw more action than Power Droid. Did you have any Star Wars figures as a kid? If so, who was your favorite figure? Did you have a Lobot figure? What did you think of that figure in particular? Tell me in the comments below. Also, please give this video a thumbs up, and if you have a chance, it would be great if you would share it on social media. If you enjoy my content, please subscribe to my channel and hit that notifications bell. As always, thanks for watching.